What's up with the squad? It's Cess, your favorite Auntie with Uncle Tendencies. Welcome back to Cess Talk Sports. Shout out to my loyal fam. Keep pulling up. And if you're new around here, welcome to the community. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, ring that notification bell so you never miss a drop. And everybody, go ahead, like, comment, share, and hype this video so I know you pulled up. What we about to do, we about to dive into something major. It's legacy versus lineage, master and apprentice, the teacher and the student, Dawn Staley versus Winston Gandy, South Carolina versus Grand Canyon. Let's get into it. When Winston Gandy walks into Colonial Life Arena, it's not as an assistant anymore. It's not as the voice whispering into Dawn Staley's ear about the next defensive rotation or how to trap CC off a high screen. Nah, this time he's sliding 12 inches over. That's the distance between a dream and a destiny, the head coach's chair. And that's what makes this one so poetic, because Gandy's first official game as a head coach just happens to take place on the same sideline where he helped hang banners. It's full circle energy, teacher versus student, mentor versus mentee, champion versus challenger. And Dawn Staley, she wouldn't have it any other way. See, when Gandy took that Grand Canyon job, Staley said it plain. Duty calls for him to move 12 inches over. That's the type of quote you etch in bronze, because it's bigger than basketball. It's about legacy. It's about growth. It's about the coaching tree Dawn's been planting that's starting to bear fruit across the country. And the next bloom from that tree is Winston Gandy. The lights in Columbia always hit different when it's opening night. The crowd's a mix of nostalgia and new beginnings. The banners hang proud, 3 national championships, 5 straight Final Fours, and right below them stands the number 2 team in the country, hungry for redemption after coming up 1 game short of another crown. Across the sideline, Gandy and GCU, a squad that don't know yet its own voice, a roster built from scratch with 13 new players. I said it, 13, 1-3. That's not a team, that's a casting call. But here's where the story gets deeper. Gandy didn't have to play South Carolina. This wasn't a scheduling favor or a fundraising night. This was intentional. He called up his mentor and said, let's do it. That's courage. That's statement energy. As Drip said herself, Winston didn't have to play us, but he decided to. It shows he'll play anybody, anywhere, anytime. That's the Staley mindset. He learned from the best, and now he's applying it. Let's talk about this coaching dynamic, because this ain't your typical matchup. Dawn Staley, Hall of Famer, culture builder, trendsetter. She's entering her 18th season in South Carolina, and her resume reads like folklore. Multiple national titles, undefeated season, Final Fours that feel like clockwork. And then there's Winston Gandy, the prodigy who studied under her, sharpened his craft, proved he belonged on the biggest stages. Before he got to Columbia, he already paid his dues. Duke, Rice, Maryland, the NBA's Washington Wizards. He's been everywhere the game could take him. And when he joined South Carolina in 2023, he wasn't just another assistant. He was a difference maker. Remember that perfect 38-0 national championship season? The scout that cracked Iowa's code? That was Gandy. Staley said it herself on live TV. I'm going to give a lot of credit to Winston Gandy. He had the Iowa scout. He was the difference maker. I just let him talk. So when Grand Canyon made that call to hire him, Staley knew it was only a matter of time. She told him straight up, you're getting a winner. And Gandy's return to Columbia is bigger than a scoreboard. It's about respect, mentorship, and the passing of the torch. Now, what makes this matchup fascinating is that it's a one-night chess match between 2 coaches who know each other too well. Gandy spent 2 years living inside South Carolina's playbook. He knows the sets, the signals, the terminology, the player tendencies. He's the one who helped build the scouting reports. But flip that. Dawn has no film on his new team. 13 new players, 0 tape, 0 tendencies. So for one night, the advantage might actually sit with the apprentice. The man who used to whisper defensive schemes into her ear now gets to test them in real time. It's psychological warfare disguised as basketball. Let's be real. This is David versus Goliath, but with mutual admiration. South Carolina is the gold standard, the dynasty, the team that other programs build PowerPoints about when pitching recruits. 35 wins last year, number 2 in the nation, another Final Four run. They're the measuring stick. Grand Canyon, they're at ground zero. 13 new players, brand new system, coach building an identity from the ashes of transition. But that's what makes this special. Because Gandy didn't come here to survive. He came here to learn where his team stands against the best. That's what great programs do. They schedule fearlessly, even when it hurts early, because that's how culture is born. Now let's shift to the home team, because this Gamecocks roster is loaded as it looks. We walking into the season with a few missing pieces. 2 massive losses. Chloe Kitts, Ashton Watkins, both out for the year with ACL tears. That's not just depth gone. That's size, rebounding, shot blocking, experience and leadership erased from the lineup. Dawn called Kitts irreplaceable, but she also said we won't skip a beat. That's classic Coach Staley, acknowledging the pain while promising the standard won't drop. But make no mistake, the front court is officially under construction. What Staley calls her big girl by committee lineup. Joyce Edwards, Miriam Dowda, Medina Okote, and Adele Top. Talented, but still learning how to gel without fouling out the gym. Against North Carolina, 3 of them had 4 fouls. You can't play that close to the edge all season. And yet, this is South Carolina. They don't reload. They don't rebuild. We re-up. Now, let's talk about what's got the entire women's basketball world buzzing. The arrival of Tania Latson. If you didn't catch her at Florida State, just know this. She was that girl. Led Division I in scoring, smooth handle, elite finishing, fearless shot maker. When she entered the portal and chose South Carolina, the college basketball universe collectively gasped. Against UNC, she dropped 19 on efficient shooting. But it wasn't the points. It was the flow. The way she moved off the ball, her chemistry with Raven Johnson, her patience. Latson doesn't just get buckets. She elevates pace. And speaking of Raven, this is her team. The floor general, the voice, the stabilizer. Everything runs through her. She's a Naismith Trophy Watch List player for a reason. Because when the game gets chaotic, she brings calm. And in a season where every possession will matter, that calm is gold. Gandy inherits chaos, and that's okay. GCU went 32-3 last season under Molly Miller, who built her empire on chaos. Camp, lockdown defense, relentless traps, nonstop energy. But that was her system, not his. Gandy's a different kind of architect. He's NBA-minded, player development focused, and more cerebral than emotional. His summer practices focused on spacing, screen and roll action, shooting, concepts rooted in precision, not panic. He's not trying to replicate Miller's pressure cooker. He's trying to build something sustainable. And to do that, he's got to find his cornerstones. Aaliyah Douglas, the grad guard who's been here before, is the calming veteran. Then there's Juliana Lamendola, a 6-foot transfer from Indiana who's built to thrive in Gandy's system. If anyone's going to emerge as his first signature player, it's her. But this season isn't about wins. It's about wiring. He's setting a foundation, not for November, but for the next 5 years. What makes this matchup spicy is that it's a learning experience for both sides. For Dawn, this is the first live fire test of the regular season, a chance to fine-tune defensive communication and rebounding. After the North Carolina game, she said it straight. Defensively, we've got to be more connected. For Winston, this is the first page of his playbook. He's figuring out what he's got, who can handle the moment, and how to maintain composure when the Gamecocks inevitably go on a 10-0 run that turns the arena into a concert. The goal for both, clarity. South Carolina wants cohesion. Grand Canyon wants identity. So players to watch, Joyce Edwards. Listen, sophomore, 6'3", future of the program. Dawn says she's going to take the brunt of it this season. Against UNC, she showed why. Strength, poise, rebounding, maturity beyond her years. Taniyah Latson, pure scorer. Expect her to test every defensive coverage Gandy throws out there. Raven Johnson, heartbeat of the team, the engine, the general. Her leadership is going to be tested like never before with this short rotation. And don't sleep on Medina Okote. The Mississippi State transfer gives South Carolina that interior presence. 6'6", efficient, tough, defensive-minded. If she stays out of foul trouble, she'll quietly become one of the SEC's most important transfers. Now, the stakes for South Carolina, this game isn't about the score. It's about the standard. Every championship run begins with moments like this, where you fix what's broken before the lights get brighter. For Grand Canyon, this is baptism by fire. Nobody expects them to win, not even Gandy. What he wants is buy-in, execution, effort. When you've got 13 new players in a brand new system, the scoreboard doesn't define success. Growth does. South Carolina's ranked number 2. But let's be honest, this isn't last year's roster. That elite second unit that used to bully people, gone. The margin for error, gone. If one of the big three, Johnson, Latson, or Edwards, goes down, everything changes. Still, this trio is good enough to carry them deep. 30 wins and an SEC tournament crown and another Final Four appearance for sure. We're making a run for the chip. National title is going to take a perfect health, perfect execution, and maybe a little divine intervention. It always does. But for Grand Canyon, they'll take their lumps. 10 wins, maybe 12. But every game will be a masterclass in building culture. Gandy's the type of coach who will turn a 30-point loss into a film session that feels like a win because the details matter. He's not chasing immediate glory. He's laying bricks, and those bricks will hold. This game, teacher versus student, represents what Dawn Staley's built. It's proof that her influence extends beyond the banners and beyond Columbia. It's in every assistant who moves 12 inches over, every player who becomes a coach, every mentee who takes what she's taught and applies it to their own blueprint. So when that ball tips at Colonial Life Arena, it's not just a basketball game. It's the evolution of legacy. All right, fam. Make sure you drop a comment with your thoughts on the matchup. Do you think Gandy and GCU can hang early, or will South Carolina remind everybody what the standard looks like? Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, ring that notification bell, share, and hype this video with somebody who loves the game and the Gamecocks. Catch y'all next time on Cess Talk Sports, where we always bring you the latest on the rising stars and legends in the making. Cocks up. We hard. Keep hooping. Stay tuned. Talk soon, y'all. I'm out.